Hey guys, what's up? Unrested here, and this is kind of like a walk and talk because I'm out doing chores, but I'm just out on my balcony. I guess, does that count as being outside of my house? I don't know. Anyway, today I thought I'd cover a JFAQ that I constantly get asked about and I constantly need to update. And that's just because YouTube is a forever changing media. What is popular, how you get popular, how you make videos that are new and niche or get new followers or new viewers, it constantly changes. That's the exciting thing about YouTube. That's also kind of the frustrating thing too sometimes. As I've found over time, making videos for nearly 9 years. I think it might be almost, well, okay, almost 10 years, let's put it that way. I actually made videos when I first came to Japan that were just me walking around with music playing in the background, and there was no JFAQ at all. That wasn't until I think I was here for almost 2 years, and then I finally started that. Anyway, that's not the point. Today's point is if you want to make a YouTube channel in Japan, what advice do you have, Scott? Question I constantly get sent messages about, and more people always coming to Japan recently. I noticed the influx of foreigners to Japan is much higher than when I first got here back in 2007. As of 2016, maybe it's either because number one, I have way more viewers and subscribers, or maybe number two, more people are able to come here because the visa laws are more slack. Either reason, whatever. Let's just get into it. Number one, when you do decide to make your videos, two of the most important things, which I found out over time, were number one is audio. Audio is far more important than any of your video needs. You can take stills and just show stills of Japan, and people will be happier with that if you have clear audio than if you had great video and horrible, staticky, echoey audio. So focus on audio first. It's even been found via a poll of people watching YouTube, multiple studies of people doing all kinds of questionnaires. What do you enjoy most about a video, or what do you expect first for a video to have as far as quality is concerned? And they almost always 100% of the time say audio over everything else, which kind of surprised me. I did not realize that until very late in my YouTube career. Number two, now this one's kind of like a controversial one because I've done it in the past, and probably a lot of people are big about not censoring themselves. Cussing in your video. My advice would be not to cuss in your video, and I cuss in a lot of my videos. I have a bad mouth. So I'm telling you to not do what I've done many times. And if you've probably noticed over the last couple of months or years, hopefully years almost, I have toned down the cussing quite a bit. And people have asked about that. They say, oh, you seem to be a lot more cleaner with your speech and being more articulate with everything you say, leaving out the cuss words. Why is this? Don't censor yourself, Scott. Well, there's actually a couple reasons for that. And it's not because I am censoring myself. I am making the choice to do so to make my videos more accessible to people in all places. For example, a lot of people can't watch my videos around little kids if I'm cussing the whole time because they might not want kids hearing cussing in the background. Some people watch my videos while they're doing their job or at work. Some people have jobs that allow them to watch YouTube or listen to podcasts, and if they're listening to it out loud and not using headphones, they don't want to play anything that's going to have cuss words blaring. So I've actually done it not for the reason of censoring myself, but accessibility, allowing people to listen to and watch my videos other places. So that's another big piece of advice I think I would offer up. You know, if you want to cuss, that's fine, but realize you will limit the access to your channel. I have always gotten way more views on videos in which I do not cuss. Last but not least, this is from my own personal experience. This is probably the advice I wish someone had given me the most when I started making my channel. And that advice is don't make your channel solely about Japan. When you get here, Japan is awesome. It's a great place to start. It's a great place to learn about the medium of recording videos for Japan, for YouTube, for all your viewers and your subscribers. But make sure you don't pigeonhole yourself. Make sure you do not get stuck in this Japan niche video plateau, really. It's a plateau of viewers and subscribers and so much more. You get stuck because, of course, Japan, awesome thing to make videos about, but there's only so many people who want to learn about it. And that's not anybody's fault, but, just the topics of interest that are most popular on YouTube. Don't get yourself stuck in only Japan type stuff. Don't get yourself stuck only talking about Japan culture, Japan tradition, Japan language, Japanese, I mean. You get what I mean. Don't get stuck. Try to find another access point. Maybe you come to Japan and you start talking about Japanese games, and then you can expand into other games. Maybe you come to Japan and you start talking about anime, but then you can get into movies, and you can talk about Western movies too, and do reviews on things that are not Japanese. Just don't get stuck in the Japanese niche if you want to grow your channel beyond the plateau that the whole Japanophile viewer subscriber limits you to. I love my viewers and subscribers who subscribe and view my channel for just the Japan thing. I owe them the start of my channel. I owe them the motivation for me going this long. But I have also pigeonholed myself to a point where now I'm finally realizing to break out of it, I have to expand beyond Japan, or I'm going to be limited to under 100K subs forever. I guess the last couple of things I want to just go over is some examples. And this is a way for me to go ahead and not only shout out some people who have come to Japan to make new videos, but also shout out subscribers, shout out viewers, and shout out what I think is motivational as far as watching other video creation within Japan. And that is number one, my friend Ty. You can check out his channel here. And he is giving you a view of Japan for number one, someone who is a gigantic person in Japan. A lot of people always write me about, will I be too big for Japan? Will I have to duck under doorways? Will I fit into trains? Will I be able to find shoes and clothes? That's a great question, and he's covering that for you because he's of the size in which he can really show what happens when you are this large in Japan. I'm, not a gigantic dude, so I don't always have these problems. Sometimes I do, but not nearly as much as he would. On top of it, he had a massive struggle to get his visa because he was doing it without the whole, I have a degree first, I get it on the degree. He did it via the most difficult way, which is going back and forth between Korea, having to wait for a new approval of his new visa on a tourist visa, and then until he finally got approved for a long-term visa. And people constantly write to me about this, and I cannot answer it because I got here, I got the right visa as far as what a long-term visa is right away. I was able to just use my degree to get that, and I did it via Nova. So my situation was very, very different. And although I can tell you what I know about it, I've never really experienced, and the experience of actually having to go through this is far more important than just relaying information that you've heard. Experience will always be better than hearing from a second party. The next one up is my friend Tony here. He's got social experiments in Japan, and I think this is really a great idea because number one, it doesn't completely focus on Japan, but it also takes a genre that's already popular on YouTube and uses Japan as the setting. I don't think anybody else has done this aside from maybe Filthy Frank, and you've seen how well his channel has done. Well, I think Tony's channel has a chance to do the same thing. So again, props to him. Check out his channel, and also make sure you check out Ty's channel if you haven't already. Go there, like, subscribe, comment, and check those two out, and give their channels some love because they're trying some new stuff within Japan. And this is my advice to you: if you want to have some people to look up to as to what you could experiment with, here's two channels for you. Last but not least, one other thing I'd want to do right now is give a big thank you, a big shout out to two viewers who sent me some awesome artwork. Number one, Mr. Official VG, I hope I got that name fully right, did some great green screen work for me on this piece of art, and helped me change the whole background just so I could green screen it into my videos. I'm too stupid to understand how to do that, so thank you so much. And Hamdi, and I hope I am pronouncing it right, Hamdi, I apologize if I'm not. Hamdi drew me the awesomest artwork I think I've ever seen for my channel, and It's now my iPhone wallpaper for my screen for opening the phone and behind all my apps. I love this picture. It is so awesome. And anytime you guys want to write me, send me, do me some artwork, dude, I love this stuff. This is like the lifeblood of my channel. It shows me more motivation than any kind of subscriber count, viewer count, or even monetary count would do. Things like this like show what people really enjoy about the channel, and I love it. I love it. Anyway, guys, I can't say thank you enough for all the times you guys send me stuff like this. Send me words of motivation, send me pictures, illustrations, fan art. Dude, it's so cool. It's the best thing. It's one of the greatest things about being a YouTuber, and that's something that you can do too, and one day receive all these great benefits. I hope I've taught you a little bit about YouTubing in Japan. If you have any questions, please list them in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Unrested with the questions you requested. This is JFAQ, Japan's Frequently Asked Questions. Have a good one.